Hello everybody and welcome back to FTB Pyramid Reborn. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I am. So last episode we took care of a bunch of stuff. We got our RF filled up, we got a crafting grid set up, and we done the shock absorber. I think that was all last episode. Today, actually first before we get into that, one thing you will notice, you will see chests have disappeared. I have added our refined storage in here. I've got this connected to it. I don't have our food connected to it yet. And then right now I'm just running on 4K drives. It's probably going to be way more enough stuff than we are going to need in this pack. But today we are going to mess with Pneumatic Craft, which is something I haven't messed with in a very long time. So our goal today is to get this here program. Not necessarily that hard. We've just got to get a pressure chamber set up. We need some LPG, which this is going to be the fun part. Most of this stuff is not hard to craft. We've got most of what we need. We need to pop that off. And we need to get some redstone going. Redstone is kind of where we are. We don't have a whole lot. Alright, so to get started with Pneumatic Craft, we need to build a pressure chamber. In order to build a pressure chamber, we need compressed iron. To get compressed iron, we need to cause an explosion on the ground next to a bunch of iron. So, we need some TNT. I'm hoping I've got some stuff to do this. Let's do that many. Don't know if we'll need that many. Let us get a handful of obsidian. And we are going to need a lever. So, I am in the process of trying to get back to getting videos out most every day. Unfortunately, right this minute, weather is not cooperating with me. If you hear something weird in the background, it's rain. It has done nothing but storm around here for the last week. So trying to record, trying to get I've had problems in the past of lightning striking not necessarily my electronics, but it has hit my we're going to need more levers. My telephone line outside, and it has fried network cards and everything else that I have had. So I am real leery of ever leaving anything running while I am not playing, or not while it's storming. So as long as the rain holds off, I will be getting as many videos out as I can. So I'm doing what I can. My goal is to get back at least through the summer of doing videos every day. We're going to be finishing this pack up here pretty soon. I do know that Project Ozone 3 is in the works. So that is great. Alright, so Pneumatic Craft. Our Pressure chamber walls, this makes 16. We need at least 2 recipes of this, I do believe. Pressure chamber glass, that'll be more than enough. And let's set this up. We'll set it up right here. So we're going to go with a 3x3. We need a input and output. So that should do that. Now we need what is that thing called? Pressure chamber valve interface. We need 2 of these, so we need some hoppers. Actually, while we're setting all this up, one of the things that we are going to need to be getting into, and I lost it. Let's make 2 hoppers. 1 and a 2, and we are going to need a chest. In order for us to get the LPG to turn into the plastic, we need oil or gasoline. We can do it with a refinery with oil. That'll give us diesel and it'll give us LPG. Only way for us to get that is with the Amazon tablet and with getting some emeralds. So we need to get some emeralds. And the easiest way for us to get emeralds was this one right here. 17 coal for 1 emerald, I do believe. Oh, we can do rotten flesh, but I don't think I've got that much rotten flesh. Oh, I do. Alright, so we need to right click on this and we need to right click on that. And if we put this in here, we should be able to come back down here to our zombie flesh one. I'm not sure why there's 2 of them. Right click on it. We've got 2 stacks. Okay, so we don't have enough for that. So let's go ahead and get that. Here comes our little drone. He should come down here, get our zombie flesh out. Got it. He'll take off and disappear. And then he will come back and bring us our emeralds, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so we need to set up these pressure chambers. We're going to have to break this. Make sure I get this set up right. So that is not right. That's, I want output on, or input on this side. And we'll set up the output really. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. So we should be able to close this up. Why did we not get... We've got the input and output. We've got... Is there glass there? Yeah, there's glass there. There's one thing I forgot. Pressure chamber valve. This is where we connect this thing up. We need to make one of these here. We're going to need quite a few of these tubes. Let's go ahead and make another bit of them. And we need pressure chamber valve. Probably didn't need to make 4 of them. But that's alright. So now this should, there we go. Now we've got this thing made. So now we can right click on it. We've got everything showing. We're good to go. Next up on our list is we've got that. Let us order what all can we order? Can we straight up order LPG? No, he's buying LPG. Alright, so we need to get oil. That he should come get the emeralds and then place our oil in our drum there. So the next thing on the list that we need to make is a air compressor. This is what's going to power this thing up. We're probably going to need more than one. Alright, so we should be able to now throw some coal in this thing and it should give us some pressure. And we can set this up I don't know if that worked. This thing should be it should be. No problems. Oh, there we go. It is going up. Alright, so we can actually take this out for the moment. We don't need the pressure just yet. Before we can get to the pressure, we need to get plastic. Plastic is what we are going to need. If we look at this here programming table, we need plastic. We need these turbine blades, which this really isn't that hard to make. But in order to make plastic, we need this pneumatic processing plant. This is not really that hard to make. Pneumatic processing plant is made. And I'm thinking we may just set this up with its own compressor. That way we ain't trying to power too much stuff with one. Why did that disappear? Alright, so now we need to get our oil. Probably shouldn't have done that. Let's get a bucket. Not 100% sure. Alright, so let's give this some coal. Let's see what we got going on here. This needs heat. Oh, we goofed. Hopefully that don't blow up. We need the refinery to get our LPG. And I think does this need heat? Okay, this is can I get the oil out of here? Alright, let me get some more oil and then I will be back. Alright, we've got oil in here. Our temperature should be rising. It is. So we should start getting LPG pretty soon. Now I need to make my platform just a little bit bigger. We want to, don't know if we can just pipe straight out of here, but we're going to try. And we need our other machine, which I guess I threw in here. I did. We'll see about running this to here. This machine needs heat also. We're going to move all this around. So let's provide it with heat from the back. We're going to make another air compressor for the back here. Go ahead and do that. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and make two. And let's go ahead and make a few more pipes. And I can't make pipes because I'm out of glass. That is done. I have gone and got, or not gone and got, because we can't go nowhere. Went ahead and worked. I've got lapis going in here. That's probably enough. Threw the cactus in here. So we've got some green dye, and I went and done some bone milling on our grass over there to get us some red dye for this. So there's 1, 2, probably not going to need that much of that. Glass. And there we go. Let's get all this hooked up, see what we can't get going. Oh wait, we need one more vortex tube. doesn't look like this needs... Okay, that one doesn't need any pressure. This doesn't have anything in it yet. This is still trying to build up enough heat. Alright. Alright, it is slowly coming back to me now. The biggest issue we have is providing this with enough heat in order to get our LPG. To do this, we need it to be at 100, and this thing is just hovering it right at about 75. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Basically what I've been doing, we've got enough to do a few pieces of plastic. What I've been doing is getting lava from here and placing it down. But I'm trying to figure out, basically if I place a block of lava down, it'll turn it into obsidian. So I'm trying to see if we can scoot it back. So this is heating it up. It's heating it up a bit slower than what it was, which is good. We just want it to get to 100. That is at least making LPG. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. What is wrong with this? This has also got into the heat issues. Just don't have enough LPG yet to make more plastic. That we can handle. I can place a block breaker there to take care of that. This is now doing that, and we are getting LPG. So we can put this in here. We can go get our lapis. I need to smelt that. Alright, so now we're getting somewhere. So we need black plastic and red plastic. So there is our black, and then we need red for this. So we need 5 red. What do we have issues with? Not enough plastic to melt down. Okay. So while that is going on, we need to get this thing fired up and work on the rest of what we need to get going. This should be gaining pressure. It is. Alright, so we need to make these turbine rotors, which is these turbine blades, and this needs at least 1 to do that. So we need gold and we need redstone. I'm trying to remember how to let's get our gold. Items that begin with, and we are making rotors. Alright, so that should stop these from coming out. So we need 2 and 1 for each of these. Yes. Oh, we need chest. And we're going to need to make one. There we go. That should straight output into that. We're going to need a hopper for that side. Alright, so this should is it going to output it? It does not look like it. Alright, so that let it, oh, that's why. Let's try this one more again. Alright, so we need 2 and 1. And we're going to have to break this. Alright, so we've got this part taken care of. We've got a plastic. We need 3 more of the red. Still don't have enough. Oh, shoot. We definitely need to get a way of getting lava easier, because our lava is now dead. Actually, you know what we can do? We can move it over here and get lava. Anyways, I've got to get all this stuff set up. We need to get the plastic. We need to get these 2 turbine rotors, and then we're going to get into making these PCBs. So let me get everything situated, and then I will be back. Alright, so we're back. We are ready for the next part of this. I've got that. We've got our rotors. Those are right here. And we can, actually I think it's like that. So beautiful. We've got everything but this printed circuit board. For that we need an unassembled PCB. Now we're going to do this the more or less painless way. We're going to make a PCB, which is green plastic and a piece of compressed iron. Hopefully we've got enough plastic to do this. We do. Beautiful. So we should be able to throw that in there. One of those in there. Let us take that off. And we've got our empty PCB. Now, with this empty PCB, we can either just go straight to this, or we can go about this the hard way. We're going to take an empty PCB and we're going to make this UV light box. We need a PCB blueprint. Basically what this is going to do is allow us to bypass doing all of the making all the different programs and stuff like that, and getting further into Pneumatic Craft than what we really need to. So let us get to that. And we need to make the etching acid, which is right here, which is 2 gunpowder, 2 rotten flesh, 2 spider eyes, and a water bucket. This is all easy for us to accomplish. Spider eye, zombie flesh, and what was the last piece of that we needed? 2 gunpowder and 2 green plastic. There is our PCB blueprint. Oh. And this is not working. I did move this over here. It is now connected to our canola power, so it's got a lot of power. Alright, while we're waiting on our next piece of plastic, let us go ahead and make this. I'm so waiting to hear boom. Oh, we forgot to make because I don't have anything set up to keep anything from blowing up. Alright, so this we don't need until we get the etching acid. Before we can get the etching acid, we need our other piece of green plastic. Before we get the green plastic, we've got to get the rest of our... Oh, wait, we may have it. Alright, we do. Alright, so we want to... That'll work. We need plastic, we need gunpowder, we need rotten flesh, we need spider eye, and we need a water bucket. All this stuff together should give us our etching acid, and then I got a long process of sitting and waiting. So there is our etching acid. Alright, we're back. Gonna be a weird cut there. We made the etching acid, and I goofed. I put the PCB into the etching acid before we filled it up in here. So we're etching it. Once it gets etched, we will put it into the etching acid. That will give us, hopefully, our unassembled PCB. I've got to make these capacitors. We need 3 of, or the transistors. So we need 3 black plastic. The capacitors are 3 cyan plastic. we should have got enough for those. I shut this off. I did not realize we were not done with it. So, but that's what I'm going to be spending my next little bit doing. I'm going to get the transistors made. I'm going to wait for this thing to get filled up. I am going to put it in the etching acid. I'm going to make the capacitors, transistors, and we will go from there. So I will be back. Alright, we are back. We've got our unassembled PCB. We've got our capacitors, our transistors. We should have everything we need now to make this here programmer. So there is our printed circuit board. There is our programmer. Beautiful. This is used for drones. You can create programs for drones. It's something I've never messed with, but it's actually some pretty neat stuff. But let's throw this in here. Oh no. There we go. Our computer reset. And now it's just a matter of waiting. I'm not sure why we just got all the music discs, but we do have all the flux infused gears. Now that is great. The only problem we have right now is I have no way of charging this stuff up. So that is what I've got to work on in between episodes. We need, oh no, we do have a way of charging this stuff up. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. Alright, so we've got this stuff. It's going to charge up. It's going to take me a while to get all this stuff charged up. But we are down now to 1, 2, 3 quests before we get to the last one. Now, this is the issue we've got. Starfield Creator. I don't think this is that hard for us to do. No, we just need obsidian, and we need to get into Botania and make it through the Elven portal. So that's not bad. This is not hard to do. This one right here is going to be the big one. We're going to need a lot better power. We're going to need to fight wither bosses. We are going to have to get into... We can't do that, but we can actually make these. Now I got to figure out how to get some skulls, because we, as far as I know, yeah, we don't have any skulls. So here's what I'm thinking. We've got this Mob Masher upgrade. That's what we're going to switch that to. That will get us the skulls that we need. That will also help us in getting the wither skulls that we need. So off camera, I'm going to work on getting this set up so we can get some skulls. We can... How can we even get gassed? We can get a gas, but we've got to get wither skeleton skulls. This is not going to be... yeah, that's not going to be easy for us to do. We're going to have to get a lot of skulls. Anyways, so, and we've also got to go fight the Ender Dragon before we can get to the last one. So that's kind of where we are. Next episode, we will either tackle the Petroleum one, or we're going to tackle Botania. We may go ahead and just get the Botania out of the way, so because it's one of those processes that we've got to generate a bunch of mana. So another long episode. I apologize for that, but we got through Pneumatic Craft. We got us some new fancy armor. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.